Talking about skin this week, right?
Yeah, man, we're talking about skin this week.
Talking about skin because we all got some.
We're talking about skin.
Talking about skin. You may have seen in the video last week, we talked about starting new skincare routines. That got me on this rabbit hole of skincare because it's kind of my cup of tea. What's a problem you've always had with your skin?
I think the problem I've always had with my skin is that I've pretty much ignored most of the problems with my skin.
Did you have acne growing up?
I didn't have acne. I maybe had some zits here and there. I don't remember having like a big issue like some people had as kids. I think I was tomboy, pretty hardcore when I was little. So I think I had I would get zits from just being a sweaty kid.
What's one thing about your skin that you've noticed that's changed over your lifetime now that you're 30 something?
Now that I'm 30, I definitely see I'm over 30. I see some fine lines and some deeper ones very recently I've noticed, which are really terrifying to me.
Do you use sunscreen?
Yes, I use sunscreen. Probably not the type I should. I use a 25 SPF that's in a tinted moisturizer.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's more than some people do every day.
What's a skincare concern you've had your whole life?
For most of it, it was acne.
As a child.
I did. As a little child too. I remember being if I were to find my 4th grade photos, they would be very exposing. Because I had it so bad that they put me on Accutane and stuff when I was little. So, it was out of control, and it's always been a concern, and something that I've struggled with. So that's kind of what led me to do aesthetics and learn about skincare, because I had an interest from being somebody who's struggled my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Do you use sunscreen?
I'm going to be honest, I'm slacking on the sunscreen. I was really good about it for a period of time because I was noticing dark spots. And then I was really good about putting sunscreen on those spots all the time, no matter what. And then they started to get better. So I stopped putting sunscreen on all the time. I don't have a makeup within it right now. And I need to get better about it.
Yeah, you do.
I know. I need to take my own advice. But if I am going out to do something actively in the sun, then I'm going to put on sunscreen. If I know I'm going to, a cookout for the day or something outside, I will put a base layer of sunscreen on before I put my makeup on. And then I use it on my body too.
Should you put sunscreen on before or after your moisturizer?
After your moisturizer. Put your moisturizer on first and massage it into your skin and give it a second so your skin can absorb the moisturizer. It's actually kind of nice because your skin will absorb the moisturizer and then the sunscreen doesn't get absorbed and go away so fast because your skin's nice and hydrated from that moisturizer. But you want the sunscreen on top of it. So I thought at one point in my life, I was really, really hoping that there would be a moment when acne would no longer be a concern and I would have normal skin. Someday the fairies would just, but I continued to struggle with adult acne, and I still do. But now that I know a few things, it's easier for me to control and do something about. But I never had that normal skin. I went right with acne into wrinkles. Now I have them together, and I like my acne better.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
What are some things maybe other than that, or what's something you've noticed as your skin has aged to where you are now in your early 30s, from maybe when you were in your early 20s when maybe you started to pay attention, or
I used to be able to use a lot more aggressive products because my acne was so bad and because it was such a concern. I was always trying different things, and so my face, I think, almost built up a tolerance for a number of years. And I could use things like when we were in skin school, I could use that resurfacing cleanser and that resurfacing exfoliant from the Age Smart line without a problem, day and night. Just bring it on. And then like 10 years later, when I went to use that combination again, I was like, oh, holy Lord, my skin can't help. My skin has gotten more sensitive as I've gotten older, for sure.
It's funny that I now remember when I
Or sensitized, because it's not sensitive, it's sensitized.
Right. I was gonna say, I remember when we were at Keen Beauty Academy, or we were in skin school, and that's when I started to have acne issues. Not acne, but I had like product-induced acne.
Yeah, and that's a thing. So when you switch products or you try something new, there's a tendency for that to happen. Like your skin all of a sudden it looks the worst it ever has, and you're like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But sometimes your skin is just like purging. It's like letting out all the bad stuff. So you have to be patient and give it a little bit. A good chunk of time is 30 days, so your skin can have like a whole time to do its skin cell turnover thing. So skin cells can be born and move to the top and shed from the surface. And if you don't give it that amount of time, you're really not giving it enough time to judge the product fairly. There's different ways to treat different acne at different ages, which is also kind of fun and interesting. And I'd love to tell you more about that sometime.
Hi, Emily Fox. We're talking about skincare.
You're sending me all of these.
How are you?
We should do individual. I think I'm being recorded. I feel like there's somebody watching me. Anyway.